Longtime Family Fun Park considers closing doors after fifth robbery for the year. Finance Minister calls out employers who improperly file for NIS. In the region, Ecuador emergency. Protesters infuriated by killings, and internationally, the human cause of Turkey's military action in Syria. Greetings and welcome to this edition of Headline News Update. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. Police are investigating the murder of a senior citizen. 67-year-old Marva Woodkirk of Border Street, Georgetown, was discovered in her home in bed with a mosquito net tightly wrapped around her neck. Her time of death is believed to have occurred between the 9th and the 10th of October at her residence. The body is presently at a funeral home awaiting an autopsy. No arrests have been made at this time. Speaking at the 50th anniversary celebrations for the National Insurance Scheme, Finance Minister Winston Jordan called out employers who make employees' payroll deductions without paying the NIS funds due. Wendell Jeffrey brings us that story.
If Winston Jordan has his way, he would imprison all employers who deduct employees' NIS contributions but do not deposit them with the scheme. The finance minister said that he is also suggesting that the National Insurance Scheme push for a legislation reform process that would give them teeth and muscle to apply stiffer penalties and go after those persons robbing the entity. Minister Jordan was speaking earlier this week in observance of the NIS 50th anniversary. During his presentation, Jordan reflected on the vision and foresight of President Forbes Burnham, whose initiative it was to conceive the idea of the National Insurance Scheme, which Jordan says was grounded in the fundamental rights of social security protection. The minister noted regrettably that Guyana's long history of brain drain, where our brightest minds migrate to other countries, has affected the financial viability of the scheme. Jordan said that his government's plan to reinstitute free education, coupled with their plans to reduce unemployment, will see a reversal of the scheme's losing trend. The minister took direct aim at the Berbice Bridge, which was partly financed by the funds from the NIS coffers. Jordan said that this must never occur again, where the NIS is used as a slush fund for political friends and institutions. He said rather that the NIS should find innovative ways, like collaborating with the Central Housing and Planning Authority and other credible housing developers, and investing in housing and other initiatives that yield higher returns. Minister Jordan said that his government is actively working to provide an opportunity for the National Insurance Scheme to collect higher levels of contributions and improve its financial position. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. 66 indigenous and hinterland communities are connected and 31 more will be connected by the end of 2019. Telecommunications Minister Cathy Hughes said that the internet connectivity is vital to the hinterland region. The minister was speaking at a gathering of the National Tishaus Council Conference on Thursday. The minister said that about 400 schools and government facilities are already connected and outfitted with free Wi-Fi. The telecommunications minister said that it is her ministry's vision to see all of Guyana experience connectivity. Minister Hughes noted that the connection will also help the hinterland communities with medical assistance by helping set appointments with doctors and facilitating one-on-one advice sharing with medical practitioners on the coastland. She said the government will work to ensure that all communities in 2020 are provided with up to 12 laptops, computers, printers, and scanners. He said that her government will be conducting training in villages across Guyana. The minister Hughes also presented all the Tishaus at the meeting with electronic tablets. Coming up after the break, longtime Family Fun Park considers closing doors after fifth robbery for the year.
It's John Lewis Styles buy one get one at half price sale. Buy any t-shirt, top, polo shirt, dress, pantsuit, or skirt suit and get the second one at 50% off. Same goes for shoes, handbags, and lingerie at half price. Hurry, because John Lewis Styles half price sale ends soon. It's John Lewis Styles buy one get one at half price sale. Buy any t-shirt, top, polo shirt, dress, pantsuit, or skirt suit and get the second one at 50% off. Same goes for shoes, handbags, and lingerie at half price. Hurry, because John Lewis Styles half price sale ends soon.
Maison Francois Chocolatier is a liquid cake teasing your taste buds. It's handmade, it's chocolate, it's true, it's healthy, organic, delicious, and nutritious. Have a taste of our chocolates, cakes, and much more in a variety of flavors like never before. Try our peppermint, walnut, ginger, coconut, rum cream, and pistachio. Only at Maison Chocolatier, 45 Garnet Street, Georgetown. And also indulge in our Saturday and Sunday breakfast, lunch, and afternoon tea only by reservations. Telephone 648-2619. Maison Francois Chocolatier, the best chocolates you ever have.
Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have so much waste to dispose of in the landfill? Well, composting can help us reduce the waste we dispose of by turning our organic waste into compost, which can be used to improve the quality of our soil.
Composting is very simple and convenient.
You can compost using organic waste such as vegetable skins,
or fallen leaves and cut grass and put this in a composting bin or pile. Compost can help your garden grow healthy plants
while reducing your volume of waste. It's a really good way to keep our communities clean and healthy.
So, let's all start composting our waste.
Find out how easy it is. Call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.ui. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Welcome back. The proprietor of a popular outdoor family fun park is considering closing its doors after the business was robbed by thieves for the 5th time this year, with the latest 2 having happened just days apart. More from Esther Sobers.
After being robbed for the 5th time in 1 year, proprietor of the Grill and Fun Park, Gregory Kamash, has decided to close the Fun Park Entertainment after his business at YMCA Thomas Land was robbed by thieves twice this week. According to Kamash, who opted not to appear on camera, thieves broke into the YMCA building using a hammer to gain entry.
Wednesday night was the last break and enter. Right? The one before that was on Monday night. So we had Monday, they skipped Tuesday, came back on Wednesday. Right. I did all the repairs on Monday. Tuesday I did all the repairs, replaced the stock on Wednesday morning, and they came in Wednesday night and break 2 other places than the one before. They took away all the stock that I had replaced on Wednesday morning. It's a lot of beverage, like drinks and some beers and some raw chicken that I had.
Though the premises was secured with a camera and alarms, the thieves managed to dismantle the security system. Whilst the businessman didn't want to disclose the amount of monies lost during the string of robberies, he did note that he has incurred significant losses, which has left him contemplating to close the fun park and only have the food and catering business operational.
I'm thinking not to reopen the fun park. I just concentrate on the canteen area, which is down at the back of the YMCA building. Right, where I do daily lunches and I also do catering, so I probably concentrate strictly on that for now. Right. With regards to the fun park, maybe in the future I will decide on that.
Works have already started to replace the damages as the men were actively working to reinstall security cameras and the damaged concrete structures that the thieves gained entry was rebuilt. Though the thieves left with numerous items, including 2 puppies, they, however, left traces of their fingerprints on the window pane.
With regards to the security, when they enter the place, they break, the alarm went off, the security responded. But by the time they reach here, the stuff already rest. They just came and they saw the breakage and they reported it to me.
The Grill and Fun Park has been in existence for over 20 years, providing a variety of local dishes whilst catering for outdoor ambience for families to bond together. Though the police have investigated and collected fingerprints for the several robberies, no arrest has been made. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Police have issued a wanted bulletin for 19-year-old Lennox Roberts for questioning in relation to the murder of a neighborhood Democratic Council clerk, David Gentle. A 58-year-old man of Lot 42 Golden Grove, East Coast, Demerara, was found dead with wounds about his body at Haslington North Road, East Coast, Demerara on September 2, 2019. And now 13 Roland Abrahams, 19 of Melanie, East Coast, Demerara, was on Tuesday last arraigned for the murder of David Gentle. Anyone with information that may lead to the arrest of Lennox Roberts is asked to contact the police on telephone numbers 911 or the nearest police station. When we return, Ecuador emergency. Protesters infuriated by killings and the human cost of Turkey's military action in Syria.
That is not what we were taught at the Green Generation Guyana camp.
Is this the correct way to do it? Drivers, you have 2 options that you can use. First, you can temporarily put your empty plastic bottles in the trunk of your vehicle or on the ground on the passenger side next to you. Or secondly, place them in the nearest garbage bin you see. We need you to play your part in helping us keep the environment clean and healthy. A message from the Ministry of Communities, Green Generation Guyana Sanitation Program. For more information, please contact us on 592-227-2605, or you may find us on the World Wide Web at www.moc.gov.gy.
Maison Francois chocolatier is a liquid cake teasing your taste buds. It's handmade, it's chocolate, it's true, it's healthy, organic, delicious, and nutritious. Have a taste of our chocolates, cakes, and much more in a variety of flavors like never before. Try our peppermint, walnut ginger, coconut rum cream, and pistachio. Only at Maison Chocolatier, 45 Garnet Street, Georgetown. And also indulge in our Saturday and Sunday breakfast, lunch, and afternoon tea only by reservations. Telephone 648-2619. Maison Francois Chocolatier, the best chocolates you ever have.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
It's John Lewis Styles buy one get one at half price sale. Buy any t-shirt, top, polo shirt, dress, pantsuit, or skirt suit and get the second one at 50% off. Same goes for shoes, handbags, and lingerie at half price. Hurry, because John Lewis Styles half price sale ends soon. It's John Lewis Styles buy one get one at half price sale. Buy any t-shirt, top, polo shirt, dress, pantsuit, or skirt suit and get the second one at 50% off. Same goes for shoes, handbags, and lingerie at half price. Hurry, because John Lewis Styles half price sale ends soon.
Welcome back. In the region, a large crowd in Ecuador has held a funeral for one of the protesters killed in days of violent demonstrations in the country. At least 5 people have been killed in Ecuador following a week of violent protests. Al Jazeera's Lucia Newman reports.
Thousands of indigenous Ecuadorians from all over the country called for justice for a middle-aged man killed during a national strike on Thursday. Ecuador's People's Ombudsman says he was one of 5 people killed in more than a week of protests.
There's an abuse of police force, and we've also asked the government to lift the state of emergency, which has generated more violence. I think the government has lost control of the situation.
Inside Quito's Cultural Center building, leaders of Ecuador's Indigenous Confederation paraded 8 policemen onto the stage. The colonel in charge told Al Jazeera he'd come to negotiate the release of a patrolman who'd been detained, but they were not allowed to leave until hours later.
The deaths of the protesters, allegedly in the hands of the police, has only added more fuel to an already explosive conflict. And after 8 days of demonstrations, the indigenous groups that are gathered here are not only asking for austerity measures to be lifted, but for the president and his cabinet to go.
But indigenous leaders have stopped short of asking for President Lenin Moreno's ouster. They are demanding instead the immediate end to what they call police repression, the release of all detainees, and the immediate resignation of the defense and the interior ministers, as a precondition for a dialogue with authorities. The interior minister is being blamed for police firing tear gas into a university where women, children, and elderly people had taken refuge.
We brought our children because we have no one to care for them. But you, Interior Minister, a woman, are an assassin.
President Moreno is refusing to give in to demands to restore fuel subsidies, which he removed in exchange for a $5 billion IMF loan. But a former Assembly deputy says Ecuador can't afford desperately needed credit at that price.
Moreno has to be able to negotiate with international banks and make them understand that we are a country with an enormous political crisis, that we cannot be treated as though we have a stable democracy that needs a small fiscal adjustment. Here, an adjustment can bring down the whole deck of cards.
Indeed, Ecuador has a history of governments being toppled for a lot less, something few people here have forgotten. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera, Quito.
And internationally, Turkey has intensified its offensive against Kurdish fighters in northeast Syria. So far, at least 15 civilians have been killed on both sides of the border. Al Jazeera's Charles Stratford reports.
The injured girl lies in hospital, one of her legs missing, her family overcome with grief. The human cost of Turkey's military incursion into northeastern Syria. Turkish airstrikes and artillery are targeting the defences of the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces. On some fronts, Turkish soldiers and their local allies, the opposition Syrian National Army, pushed a few kilometres south, capturing a number of villages. Despite being outgunned and outmanned by the second largest army in NATO, the Kurdish-led SDF forces are resisting. There are civilian casualties on the Turkish side of the border too. The government says a number of people, including this 9-month-old baby, were killed by SDF artillery. The Turkish military says the first phase of its air and ground operation is a 100-kilometre strip of territory between the Syrian border town of Tel Abyad and Ras Al Ain to the east. It is the same area the US military withdrew from earlier this week. International aid agencies are warning of an impending humanitarian disaster. They also warn of mass displacement of people. Turkish commanders say civilians and civilian infrastructure are not the targets of the campaign. Thousands of Syrians are already on the move, but the safe zone Turkey says it wants to create extends 480 kilometers along the border and 30 kilometers deep. Turkey says the operation is about ending a security threat. It considers the Syrian Kurdish armed group, the YPG, which forms the backbone of the SDF, a terrorist organization. The Turks also want millions of refugees it is looking after to move to the safe zone.
For years, Syrians fled from Raqqa, Deir ez-Zor and other areas. They fled from ISIL and the YPG. Turkey's province of Sanliurfa is home to 400,000 Syrians, and 125,000 of them live here, in this Turkish border town. They need to be able to go home.
The West and Arab countries have been deeply critical of Turkey's military campaign, but President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has hit back.
We have 3.6 million Syrian refugees in our country waiting to go back to their homes. The European Union, look at yourself. I repeat, at the moment you cannot call or define our operation as an invasion. Our job is easy. We could just open the doors and 2.6 million refugees, we will send them back to you. Saudi Arabia should look in the mirror. They put Yemen in this situation and look what's happening there. Tens of thousands of people are dying in Yemen. Saudi Arabia, you should talk about this first. You cannot criticize our operation. Also Egypt, you cannot talk at all. You are the murderer of democracy in your country.
The United Nations Refugee Agency and aid agencies operating inside Syria say thousands of people are fleeing the fighting as Turkey's military campaign continues. They are calling for international pressure on Ankara and restraint from all sides involved. The Turkish government says it will continue its campaign until its objectives are achieved. Charles Stratford, Al Jazeera, near the Turkish-Syrian border.
Here's the 3-day weather forecast. And that is all for this edition of Channel 2 Headline News Update. Tune in on Monday at 7 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook and YouTube, or you can visit our website at headlinenewsguyana.com for more news. Until then, take care.